opera, original, they all act by men. Yeah, I don't want to shock you.
Is it really?
It's very loud.
Is it very loud?
Very, very loud.
That's okay.
Make sure you turn on the volume.
Turn your volume
Turn the
down.
volume down.
红颜上红梅. This is the ladies.
Yeah.
For the granny. Da. Can you? You might break your microphone.
Wow. Hello everyone and welcome back to our Shaolin Talks. My name is Martine.
I'm Janine.
And we have a very special guest with us, Dr. Hua Ping from the Chinese Arts Southampton. So
Hello.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for the invitation.
Yeah. So we have an amazing topic today because we're going to be exploring culture through our Shaolin Talks. We're going to be exploring how communities and how individuals keep their culture alive and their traditions alive, and how they adapt and how they enrich the lives of others. And Dr. Hua has come here today to explain to us all about the Chinese culture and give us a little bit of an insight into her journey and how you came to England and how you're sharing the culture with everybody here in the UK. So thank you so much for joining us. Can you tell the viewers out there a little bit about what you do? I know that you're a lecturer at Southampton University. Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah. I actually started with a research scientist.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, I actually came to UK in 1989, the end of 1989.
1989.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I joined the university in 1990.
Oh wow.
Yeah, a few months later I joined the university.
30 years ago.
Yeah. It is. 30 years, exactly.
Wow.
September.
Oh,
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, we've got an anniversary coming.
Yes. Yeah. So actually, my major, I did my degree in China, which is a physics degree.
Oh, wow.
Physics degree. Then I did a PhD in optoelectronics. So it's also a science, based science. Yeah. And my research interest in like an integrated optic sensor applied to chemistry, biochemistry, environmental monitoring. So all very scientific.
Yeah, that's quite opposite to what you're doing culturally. You know, you're doing in the community. It's kind of a good balance, right?
Everyone say that.
Yeah.
As a volunteer, I think I work for the local community for over 20 years.
Okay.
So.
And what do you do in the community? What do you offer the community?
Well, first of all, I think when I first arrived in the UK, so I think Chinese people, especially from university point of view, we only have less than 20 Chinese people. So I know everyone. I know everything. Yeah, but now it's impossible. We have a lot of over 3,000 Chinese students.
Wow, that's from 20 to 3,000.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah. Plus staff who work at the university, the Chinese staff.
Yeah.
So when I arrived, first few years, I think Chinese, I can't see a lot of Chinese people around.
Okay.
So as an ethnic minority, so it's not, Chinese community is different from other ethnic minority. For example, some ethnic minority, they live concentrated, they live a certain area. In a city, they actually get together. But Chinese are quite spread across the city.
Why is that? How come?
Because I think most of the Chinese people at that time are mainly from Hong Kong. But Hong Kong used to be a colony of the UK.
Okay. Yeah.
So they came to UK, majority of them work behind the kitchen. Chinese takeaways, Chinese restaurant.
Okay.
That's the Chinese. So these people, they actually had lots of difficulties. For example, like language barriers. They're very isolated.
Yeah.
So there's no actually communication even between themselves because they work in the kitchen in the evening very late.
Yeah, so they didn't meet up or came together.
You didn't get the opportunity to do that.
So in that case, then there's this community is very quiet.
Yeah.
You know, for the government to think you're so quiet, you must be very happy. But in the reality, it's not. Because they have so many difficulties, they can't get access to the, for example, for the social well-being, you have you can get access from the government.
Yeah.
You know, there's difficulty. There's no actually bridge or tunnel let them to get together and get help.
Yeah.
Even there's the issue, they only help of each other, relatives, friends.
Yeah.
They can't get their voice heard by the government. So, but that time, when 1999, I was the president of a Chinese student scholar association of Southampton.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I found a lot of things happening. The student were racially harassed by
Oh, really?
So one day, one of my colleagues come to me, Ping, he says, a lot of Chinese students be harassed, but they never reported to the police.
Oh.
Wow. Okay.
And this is unacceptable.
Yeah.
When this my colleague told me, then at that time I take the initiative, work with Southampton City Council, police, and eventually we found all the victims. We redoing all the statement.
Okay.
Oh,
It's about 50 different incidents.
Oh wow, that's quite a lot, isn't it?
So at the end, 4 was arrested.
Oh wow.
Well.
Then the police tell them you're not allowed to come into the 5 miles around the university.
Yeah.
Right.
And then even one family was evicted from the street by city council. But that time they allowed, but now probably they're not allowed anymore.
Yeah.
So this kind of incident, this incident that happened, it kind of inspired you to stand up for the Chinese community and
Absolutely.
to kind of
well
No,
done.
good idea.
Good.
And then is it from that moment onwards that you kind of decided actually I want to do more for the community and I want to kind of have an important role in that and sort of because I know that you run the Chinese Arts for Southampton. I mean she's very, very multi-talented. You can play instruments and sing opera and you have so many amazing skills. When was it that you decided that you were gonna I really want to share all of these different skills as well as
you said exactly correct. Inspire me because this is a small victory. Which actually was on the newspaper. I was interviewed by BBC South on the radios and everything. So it's very inspiring. Then at that moment, I think we need a former association.
Okay.
That's why I actually with the other people, a number of other Chinese people.
Yeah.
So we start form a Chinese association in Southampton.
Oh wow, amazing! Was that challenging?
It's very challenging because everything is new. For me especially, we have to be trained by, Southampton, they have a very good system. It's called the voluntary service agent. They're very good and they're training all the volunteers, communities.
Okay.
So I was trained, then we start to work with a local Chinese representative, for example, from the university, from restaurant, from different group people get together.
So that everyone is heard, isn't it?
Yes.
Everyone gets a voice.
Everyone gets a voice, and to start with, and establish the association. 2 years after, we applied for the charity.
Okay.
And I think we did a lot of work during that time.
Yeah.
And I was chair first of all, I was vice chair of the Chinese Association for 2 years. Then I was chair for 9 years.
Wow.
So during this period, during this period,
time.
we did actually a lot of foundations, a lot of works. We established a Chinese community in city, and the government will not ignore, us. So we have a Chinese New Year celebration every year. It's like an annual celebration.
What kind of things did you have in that celebration? What kind of activities did you do?
Well, they're all quite a tradition. We have line downs.
Yeah.
And we have firecrackers here.
Firecrackers.
Firecrackers. So because of the health safety issues, we probably have used a faked one.
Oh, right, okay.
The electrical one.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I've never seen electric firecrackers.
Electric firecrackers. That's a new one, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. And we have a culture shift. But at the time when I actually, the situation in Southampton, for the young Chinese children, they couldn't get the education, like a cultural, traditional education from mainstream. The mainstream curriculum, they don't have they have a world music, but they don't have a specific Chinese music.
Oh, right, because it's like because they're in England and the school system is English.
Yes,
they
exactly.
they don't get what other people in China get with the traditions and
So what I did, because I myself started very early. When I was 9 years of age, I learned Peking opera, Chinese opera.
Was this to singing?
Sing, yes, to sing.
Right, okay,
That was a long story.
How would you
have time?
You were 9, were you?
Yeah, when I was 9.
So what did your parents
made you?
Did they encourage you to do that, or did you just like, I want to learn Peking opera?
No, actually it's not, because China have through different period. That time it's a Cultural Revolution. Have you heard of that?
Yeah.
Yes.
But during the Cultural Revolution, a lot of traditional Chinese opera most of the Chinese traditional opera was forbidden to perform because of the main aim, from my personal understanding, is trying to get rid of all the classes in the class.
Oh yeah.
Everyone's equal.
Yeah.
So you have to think, which traditional, maybe traditional they only praise some rich people or things like that. So probably that one of the reasons. So all the traditional operas banned. So you can see then there's no Western orchestra.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a music. So Western, East, there's some issues. So but people, the general people, the public, they need entertainment. They need the culture. They need to,
need to be inspired.
Nutrition for them, So there's a phenomenal things happening at that time. They formed a so-called, I translate from the name, it's called the Little Opera Troupe. Little Opera Troupe.
Okay.
So in my city, which is Jiangsu, Wuxi, Jiangsu is a province, Wuxi is quite near Shanghai.
Okay.
The distance from here to London, similar.
Oh, okay.
We have at that time we have 4 districts. So in my district we formed a Little Opera troupe.
Oh,
so they're going to choose actors from each school.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
So the children is very, very fascinating, because then they have a cue in the scene. Someone sing one piece of music. If you're in tune, you'll have a good voice.
Yeah.
Then you have to pretty as well.
Oh, okay.
So you have to follow the whole picture. Like X Factor today.
Yeah, exactly.
So you won the Chinese X Factor.
yeah, exactly. So when so I'm very lucky, because all my father especially very fond of opera.
Oh, okay.
But I never heard my father sing, because he always worry when he sing maybe out of tune.
Oh, okay.
So he always, but he so love it.
Oh.
But I have a very dear uncle.
Yeah.
He is very active. He liked opera, and he sing opera when he was very young.
Yeah.
I was told a story when all the celebration we have a parade.
Yeah.
So my uncle, he put all the dress on, a little, like figures and on the parade.
Yeah.
That time he taught me one piece of opera.
Okay.
Then I learned that, and then I sing, and I was selected.
Wow. So your uncle helped you inspired you to learn Chinese opera.
So then because after 9 years, I have, I don't know if it is, I just feel interesting, And I get in, then I start a very, very different life.
Yeah.
So that was a very hard life, because like opera, you really need to sing, you need to act.
So did you?
You need to do all things like martial arts. You have to do all things, and the teacher have to use a bamboo stick. You have to rotate very fast. Actually, the stick also rotate as well. If you're not fast enough, you hit. You get hit.
Oh no!
So it's a bit like acrobatics.
Yeah. Picking opera is one of the exercise. Acrobat.
So you got chosen at 9 to go to opera school.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I didn't realise that. That's amazing.
Yes.
And you were singing, and were you doing acrobatics as well? You were doing.
Because the acrobatics is a basic training for everyone.
Yeah. Okay.
Then because you need to have your body, the shape and everything, you have to.
So you did all of that.
I did that.
Wow, amazing.
When I was young.
When you were young.
Yeah.
So you did singing. Is that where you learned how to play music?
No, the music is later. The music I started to learn music was when I was 12.
Okay.
So why? Because of during that time, we have luckily we have 8 modern opera. It's called 8 modern opera. That opera, the costume is completely, utterly different from a traditional one.
Okay.
So you just wear normal. It's I think the story based on the true story. Most of them are based on true stories.
Oh, right. Okay.
They tell you fighting armies and the workers and peasants. All kind of stories. The real story. So you wear costume just normal.
Oh, okay.
So I was choosing to act like a main actor.
Oh, yeah.
The story is called The Legend of the Red Lantern. It's very famous. Have you heard that?
Yeah.
As well.
So there's 3 main actors. One of them is Mr. Lee. He's a main actor, and her daughter, and Mr. Lee's mother. I actually acted like Mr. Lee's mother.
Did you?
A little granny. Yes, a little granny. I remember because we're working very hard. So the schedule, I tell you, 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Everyone have to get ready and like exercise training, all the acrobatic
moves.
Yeah. Okay.
Then in the morning, we to study the class like a normal school. We don't want to be doing this only. We have to study.
Yeah.
Do the study. For example, the normal school you do 5 lessons. Like 3 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon.
Okay.
We do all 5 in the morning.
Whoa.
Oh, so you have more time for the other stuff as well.
So afternoon, all the rehearsal afternoon.
Oh, I see.
Wow.
Evening, performing.
Oh.
So who did you perform for?
We go to the factory.
Oh, really?
We go to manufacturing. We go to the peasants. We go to the army.
Wow.
We have to for everyone.
Wow, that's
cool.
amazing.
So for everyone, that's why I know it's quite hard for young children.
It is, yeah. It must have been tough. Were you away?
But that's
were you away
why-
from home? Did
Yeah,
you have to
we
go away
like a
from
boarding
home?
school.
It's like a boarding
Yeah,
school.
you stay, stay together.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I think a bigger room, you probably can stay 12 children.
Oh my gosh. That's quite exciting though. It's tough. I can imagine it's really tough as well.
Yeah. So, but it's all my happy memory from them, and also it's work very hard, and but you really discipline yourself. You learn.
Like that.
You learn, and also learn the teamwork. So you have to work with the orchestra. You have to sing. You have to with the people do makeup on you. I remember because I'm a granny, so all my hair have to put the white. Oils. That's a difficult thing. It's,
How long did it take?
You have to put on. You put on the makeup on the white hair. After that, you have to clean them up. That takes
as long as to put it on.
Yeah.
I've seen it because I remember we had the Peking Opera for the Chinese New Year, and they had their face sort of painted, and it took like at least an hour to put the makeup on. It takes a long time, and it's almost like an art form in itself, isn't it, to put this makeup on?
But you're probably talking about the traditional one. The traditional Peking Opera, you really detail the painting, the face, and also the hairs and everything.
Very straight, yeah.
You have to really push your skin up because your eyes look like that way. But for the modern opera, it's not. It's just, but I'm a granny, so I need to put some,
Wrinkles.
lots of wrinkles. I put the wrinkles here, here.
Did you ever play anything other than a granny? Or was that was just your part? You play other parts too?
Yeah, this is I always play a granny.
You're very good at that.
Yeah, because they need a special voice. The granny voice is the most difficult. If you look in China, who else sing? A lot of people sing young ladies.
Oh, right, okay.
So anyone can sing, but granny is difficult because when you sing ladies, you can use a fake voice.
Okay.
You can sing high and whatever. But when you sing the older ladies, you have to use the real voice. You can't use a fake. You know what I mean? Fake. I don't know.
Or is it like more higher?
Or is it more kind of low?
This is a fake.
Oh,
This is the real.
Oh,
but
okay. So it's
not
like a
that
low
way.
pitch.
Not a low
Okay.
pitch. Also, you have to go very high.
You have
So
to
you
go
have
very high.
to have
use
the
the-
whole range,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
So
you
as
use
a
like your
granny, you
chest
need to know
voice
everything.
and head voice, like chest voice and head voice and everything.
Yeah, that's most difficult because
really
sometimes
difficult.
you really need a lot of energy. Otherwise, you go faint.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so that was a very hot period where you did the modern opera for some times.
Yeah.
Then gradually, when the Cultural Revolution, at the end of the Cultural Revolution, so everything is coming up. The song, like from Hong Kong, or before the Hong Kong, they have when you sing, it sounds like a very Susie, very soft,
lyrical,
Yeah, the Chinese. Oh, that's not it. You really need
Need some power.
Yeah. So from that point, then we have a more variety. Because it's a Legend of Red Lantern. That piece of a show very long. 2.5 or 3 hours.
Wow.
But each time we have to put all the stage. The different actors have to change the background.
Oh, right, okay.
So from later, then we're not going to perform. We're still performing opera,
Okay.
but not entirely show. We pick a one piece of
just choose
And like extracts,
scenes or-
extracts,
yeah.
certain important opera. Then the rest of what we're going to do. So we form the Chinese orchestra. That's why I was asked to learn pipa.
Yeah, I've seen your pipa playing. It's absolutely amazing. It's so
I was asked to play pipa, but my favorite music instrument is erhu. It's a two-string feathery, like a violin.
Oh, okay.
Because why I like erhu is so expressive, like a human voice.
Oh, really?
So you can play happy song, you can play very sad song as well, very solo, so very expressional.
How many musical instruments do you play? How many can you play?
I can't. Because when you in that in China, I think Chinese instrument, for example, when you play pluck instrument, pipa is one of them.
Yeah.
So you can play all the plucked instrument.
Oh.
So when the orchestra needs something, I would ask, play this one today. I'll play the run. The run is like a moon with a stick out. So if you look at the picture I play, sometimes when I student play, I have to play the bass, some bass. So even small one, all different instrument.
Wow. So it's all like the plucking
Although
instruments.
they're similar, apart from the string tune may be different.
Right.
But the technique is more or less same. But the pipa is the most sophisticated one.
It's the
hardest one. If you learn the pipa, you can do everything.
Oh, right, okay.
Okay, go out and learn pipa then, isn't it?
Do you find, because I know you teach your instruments as well. Do you find it easy to teach people how to play these instruments, the pipa, or do you teach people to play?
Yeah, I teach. But now this is we finish my history about how I'm actually involved with opera, with the music.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I'm not choosing to do this one because I was thinking it's interesting. It's fascinating. It's interesting. Not I really want to do it. But when I get it, then I learn gradually. This is like a part of my life.
Yeah, okay.
So when I in Southampton, because I know the young generation, they haven't got chance to learn any Chinese culture, Chinese music, especially in Southampton, for example. A lot of parents, they are probably the first generation. The parents are here, the first generation immigrated to UK. So they actually have lots of, they miss their hometown, they miss their Chinese culture. So they really want their children to carry on. So for that reason, so a lot of children, they, from bottom of their heart, they might be thinking, I want to play piano, I want to play the cello, but violin. Why the people? Why the? I have lots of students like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think when I first perform, when I have a first Chinese celebration, I just ask all the children, what do you play? Like my daughter, she play violin, she play piano, guitar.
Yeah.
Okay, she play violin. Then other children play violin, guitar. Then flute, and this or that. Okay, I get them together. Get your instrument out. Okay, they all have Western instrument.
Yeah.
Okay, now play Chinese song.
Oh, really?
Play Chinese with a Western instrument. Play Chinese song.
Oh, wow.
We did very well. Then there's a competition in London.
Yeah.
There's an all UK Chinese cultural competition.
Okay.
And I took my team there, and we won.
Yeah,
We won the
really
first
good.
prize, like a
Wow.
trophy.
Wow.
The next year again, and third year again. Then say, okay, Ping, no more for your group. You always again,
You're always first place.
you always okay. You only join the guest perform.
Oh, really?
So then we went another 2 years for just performing like a guest, like a
right.
show.
Special guest.
To give everyone else a chance. To give
Yeah.
everyone a chance.
But the first year, we used the Western instrument, so we
Okay.
got the prize.
Yeah.
The second and third year, we all Chinese music instrument.
Oh, wow.
All Chinese music instrument. Because at that time, I actually applied the award for all. Award for all
Like a
grants.
grant. Yeah, like a grant.
for the project, like promoting Chinese culture, Chinese music.
Yeah.
And Philip Richfield, who was the head of a music service of Southampton, he's very good. I'm so pleased that I had to work with him. He's very supportive. He said, Ping, I give you much fun.
Really?
Really? So he gave me the fund, then I used that money to purchase a Chinese music instrument.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Wow, yeah. They're quite expensive, aren't they?
Yeah, because the one thing is you can't buy from here.
You have to
They
buy them in
shipping,
China.
shipping to here.
Yeah, okay.
So sometimes the postage, the shipping the cost may be the same to the instrument.
Yeah. Wow, yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah, so then I start to teach. The children are very, very actually happy because it's utterly different sound.
Yeah,
The system
I bet.
sound, some of them is very keen. So if you're keen, you will master it.
Yeah.
You learn quickly.
Yeah, you enjoy it. Same as the kung fu. If you like what you're
Yeah.
doing.
Yes.
You just want to learn more.
Yeah, you just want to
don't
learn more.
Yeah. And then I have an English student. They very fascinated with the instrument. Looks different.
Yeah.
And the technique
sounds
different, the sound
different,
different, and the notation are different.
Yeah, I've seen the Chinese notation. It is completely different.
What, the notes are
Yeah,
different.
the notes are, it's just completely structured differently. It's like numbers and
Yes.
yeah, it's just completely different. We have like quavers and crotchets, and it's nothing like that. It's like lined and numbered. Yeah,
Yes.
actually makes more sense to me. I don't know why. That makes more sense than music, like quavers, crotchets. But yeah, it's completely different. It must have been really challenging for somebody who maybe has learnt music like that and then having to do it Chinese way. How did they find?
I think a children's adapting ability is very, very quick than adult. I can say. Once they're really interesting, they just actually transfer, freely. Sometimes because in my team, for the beginning few years, I have a mixture instrument. I have a Chinese music instrument and a Western instrument.
Oh, right.
Then if I need a bass, then I force my daughter to learn cello. My daughter say, I prefer learn pipa. Why you didn't tell me pipa? I say, my oxygen needed a bass. I need someone to play cello.
Oh my gosh, bless her.
So
It's not your choice.
There's no reason you have to learn it. That's
So-
coming some of your childhood Chinese opera training coming in. So earlier on, you were saying that you played the granny in the. Is it Peking opera?
Yes,
In the Peking
yes.
opera, the modern
yeah.
opera. And I was just wondering, maybe you can give a small demonstration of what that sounded like.
yeah, I don't want to shock you.
Is it
It's
really?
very loud.
Is it very loud?
Very, very loud.
That's
Make
okay.
sure you turn on the volume.
Turn your volume
Turn the
down.
volume down. Yeah.
I can give a try because I haven't seen for over 40 years. But my voice probably, because I'm singing since then, I sing the fake voice, sing
Yeah,
the
you
lady.
sing different.
You heard that was
Yeah,
different.
that was lovely,
Like
yeah.
that was a, 红叶上红梅. This is the latest.
Yeah.
For the granny. Oh, sorry. I touched the microphone. Can you? You might break your microphone.
No, it's good. Yeah. I really want to hear it. I really want to hear it. Well, I know it's a long time by
Yeah.
hearing you.
Wow.
Can you remember? Can you remember?
Of course, I remember the tune, everything in
Yeah.
my head, but my voice probably won't be able to do it.
Oh, I really want to hear this.
17年。
Wow, amazing.
Sorry.
That's brilliant. Wow, it's really powerful.
风雨狂. I really like this piece.
Yeah.
But you really need a lot of practice because it's really your
How-
real voice.
If you were to teach me, how would I start to learn? What would I have to do?
You just learn like a sing song as well. You have to
Yeah.
make a tune.
Okay.
You know. Normally,
you teach me?
Yeah. Normally, picking opera when you, when you sing,
Okay.
you start with E, R.
E, R.
E. Can you do that?
It's really
Like you go up.
ah.
So they need a go around
Go
a
there,
little, yeah. They're different on the song, but
Oh my gosh. That's like from your chest to your head.
well, it's dependent on the different style
Oh, okay.
because you learn different style. Picking opera have a 4 style.
Yeah,
They're all
okay.
different.
Oh, okay.
The other knowledge is the opera, picking opera, original. They all acted by men.
Oh.
The lady, all the lady are the men.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's just a bit
Yeah,
like
okay.
English theatre as well. They were all played by men as well.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
same. Like
similar.
Shakespeare.
Yeah.
same.
Shakespeare, they were all
So
played
for
by
the young lady, for example, it's called the Mei Pai. They sing the sound actually go in front of your head, very, very front. But I sing, I like the Chen Pai. The Chen Pai is not a young lady. It's like the lady already married, like not older lady. Older lady, you have to use the real voice, just like I demonstrate. You know, for the young lady, normally they're very rich. They vary from a rich family. You know, they just. Maybe sometimes they have a difficulty as well. For example, the husband went to the army. For example, you know,
Okay.
so they're very sad sometimes. You know, but the voice is more mellow. So you don't need to go too forward.
Oh, okay.
You sing slightly behind. So the sound. So the thing the other day, I think in the park that was the style.
How does that sound?
That one.
Yeah. Amazing.
Can you do that?
No. No, really.
Yeah.
You need to have you'd have to have a lot of training. You've had a lot of experience, a lot of training to do
Well,
that.
a lot of training, I think, when I was young. So I just kept it. Luckily, I still kept it. Most of my friends, when they sing, So they actually same time they perform with us. We still have we have to get together. When I go to China, we all get together.
Do you?
Yeah. They most of them they lost their voice. They can't sing. They even sing. They sound not opera at all.
Your voice changes, doesn't it?
Voice changes. When you grown up, you change.
Yeah.
So even when you're children, you're growing up, you change as well.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, wow, amazing.
You see, you need to practice your skills, otherwise you lose it.
Do you? I know you teach your musical instruments to students. Do you ever teach people to sing as well?
well, I was trying. I teach. We have a lady singing group.
You have a lady singing
Yeah,
group,
singing
do
group.
you?
Yeah,
Wow,
but
okay.
that's not necessarily the opera.
Oh, okay.
Just normal.
Yeah,
Is it
just
Chinese
normal.
songs as well, or English
Yeah,
songs?
we
or?
all songs, but mainly we try to sing Chinese song like Jasmine Flower.
Oh, what's that one? How does that go?
You should know that one.
Jasmine Flower. Yeah, I think I might. I don't know the actual.
Yeah,
You'll have to
this is
sing.
very famous because at a Chinese 2008 Olympic Games.
Oh, they played in the Olympic Games.
Yeah, and also this is the only Chinese song which put it on the CD and sent to the space.
Did they?
Wow.
You didn't know that?
No, no, I didn't.
So why did they send the song to space?
Well, the space because not only the Chinese song, they're all different. You have a written different language.
Yeah.
So it's just for the space. If other human being in the other planet, they pick up, they say, oh, this is maybe they have similar things.
Yeah. Send different things to space.
Yeah.
Wow, amazing. So, what is your most favourite memory of teaching in Southampton or playing in Southampton? Have you done many events for Southampton?
Yes, I think my group did a lot of performance, the concert.
Yeah.
We have a lot of anything with the culture. Like a Mela is quite the annual event.
Yeah, big event.
Mela, big event. And we not only have one Mela, we have two. We have one in Eastleigh.
Oh, okay.
Eastleigh Mela, Southampton Mela. And we also have a BBC, sometimes they have a music festival.
Wow, okay.
And, other organisation. I used to also perform in London.
Okay.
London have a bigger Chinese community.
Oh, yeah. You perform there as well?
Yeah. When they have a big event, my group was invited to perform there.
Oh, wow. Amazing. That's amazing.
Even the farthest, I think we went to Manchester as well, performed there. Yeah, that's too far away. You have to hire a coach. The children are so tired, when
it's a long way to go, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think people out there, they want to learn about different cultures, and I think it's important that you express why it's so important for people to understand, not only just for Chinese people to understand their culture, where they come from, but also for other cultures to be able to understand and appreciate and accept as well.
Yeah.
And there is so much to learn from so many different cultures. So many different cultures have got so many things to offer, and it's really beautiful that you've come along today and you've shared some of those, because people out there they've never heard any of this before. They don't understand about singing or the dancing aspect of it. Because I know you do dancing as well, don't you? You have a dancing group. Dancing, singing.
Yeah, I think when we first started the dance, because there's no resources. So there's no resources, so we have to dance ourselves. We have to make our own costumes.
Wow. Oh, you also make your own choreography?
Everything. We did everything.
Wow, amazing.
I remember when I do the costume, I have to cut and have to sewing with sewing machine. We do it all time.
Wow,
beginning. But now
seriously multi-talented. Just sewing, singing.
This is I think. So if you're in my position, you would do that as well.
Yeah.
But imagine you sew your own lion costume.
Yeah,
that would be awesome. I would love to do that. If I had the skill, I would love to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, this is it. You say if you feel inspired by what you do, and you feel, you feel passionate about what you do, and then you want to pass that on to the next generation. You want people to learn that from you.
Of course, yes. I think because I benefit from it, so I want everyone else to share. And also, I have a very good student. Actually, it's English. It's not Chinese.
Okay.
So his name's Matthew. I remember he learned pipa. He's so into it. He learned very quickly. And for a short period, he can do the solo performance.
Oh, wow.
And it changed his career. And he started university, studied Oriental culture.
Oriental
culture. So,
So it basically changed his life and his direction.
His career.
Yeah, it can definitely be inspirational, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. And at the moment, I have another English student. His name's James.
Okay.
He's very keen. He learns two-string, 二胡.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Do they when they come to learn from you? Can they already play an instrument, or is it they just learn it completely from scratch? Yeah.
Most of them are learn from scratch, and the other students maybe they play keyboard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do they have a musical? What does Shifu say? Musical cells. Musical cells. Do they have musical cells?
Well,
They have some talent there already.
yeah. It's sometimes when based on my personal experience, I teach so many students.
Yeah.
For 20 years, I know a lot of people. So some of them they have the talent.
Yeah.
They can tell which tune is in tune. If it's out of tune, they know. So I like that
Some
student.
people have the hearing.
Hearing,
as well.
yeah.
They hear the different notes and different.
Yeah, they can correct it.
Yeah.
Because the erhu, not like a pipa. Pipa has a fret. You have this position, that position, fixed.
Yeah, a bit like a guitar, yeah?
Yeah. So fixed. The erhu is just a two-string. They even not have a finger board like a violin. When you play violin, the finger board, they know where to go. That's it.
Oh no, with the erhu,
But
you just have the
erhu, you
string,
just press. You
can't
don't know the string. If you press too hard, out of tune. Not hard, then it come out as like a harmonic. So you have to really master it. You have to really learn. You need an ear to hear it.
Yeah.
hear
That's
it
the
and
most
feel it,
difficult.
yeah.
I'm so tiring. I have to tell the student when it's the right note.
Yeah.
The scale from the piece, when that's right. That's the most difficult challenge.
I would be like that.
But I can't say to them, no, you have to learn something else. You're not suitable to learn this.
Oh, really?
They're quite interested.
Discouraging, isn't it? Yeah.
They like it, for example. They really like it, but it's out of tune. That's a difficult one.
Do you ever get frustrated teaching? You're like, oh my goodness, just get it right. No.
But I have
Must have a lot of patience.
Yeah, I have a lot of patience. I have really patient.
Yeah, I bet.
Even now, because now all the teachers are moving online.
Oh yeah.
So I have to. I can't do that.
You can't do that.
Yeah, I
So
imagine that's quite hard.
It's
isn't it?
really hard.
Also to hear and you can't go and correct.
Yeah. The one thing is I teach them how to tune the instrument. Before, when the class, I tune each one. Tune before the class, I tune everyone.
Okay.
But now I have to very, very patient stay there. Higher, lower, lower, higher, higher, lower, lower.
Is this like through camera? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my.
Oh, fantastic.
How big a Chinese community in Southampton?
We have because a lot of Chinese, they actually not permanent stay here. They come in, study and leave. So the resident around here, probably 5,000 or 6,000 Chinese community living in Southampton and its region.
Would you say it's the biggest Chinese community in Southampton compared to Portsmouth, or Winchester, or Bournemouth?
Of course, I think in Southampton, we also have a Chinese school. So the Chinese school people coming from Salisbury, Winchester.
Wow, it's a
other
really big
places.
community then.
Yes.
A really big community.
Yeah.
So I think it's really important that you share these cultures as well, and that you keep them alive.
Yeah, I think this is a kind of a show. I think music is like the common language, the world language. The people will understand each other.
Yeah.
So this is also the diversity. We come in like a big family. So it's a cultural diversity. So this is very important for. I think for all the communities. So I'm here to provide a platform for Chinese community to contribute, to the diversity. I think it's important
Why is it so important to set, for Chinese people to set up a community in Southampton?
Because China has a long history. We have lots of people here. They probably went to a new environment, a new country. They need their root, where they're coming from. They have to, maintain. It's important for them. Also, there's a lot of a good tradition, I think, from Chinese history. For Chinese, actually, what can I say? People, they have tradition which we should maintain. For example, they have to respect the elderly, the senior peoples, especially whenever you have a festival, whatever, you have to contact your elderly member of the family, get together. So this is a good tradition. You have to maintain them, and also it's kind of a communication within the family. Because old generation, they understand Chinese culture. So young generation, they want to communicate, they can through this way.
Oh, I see.
But if you don't have a background, if you don't have the same background, you can't talk to each other. You talk one thing, they talk the other things. So this is very, very important from my point of view.
And also communication,
the communication with the family, because you understand from your point of view, and that's not why he think this way, because you have a culture linked to each other. Understand the tradition.
Yeah, it's important, isn't it?
Really important. And it's like also you pass it on to the next generation, isn't it? And it's links like old and new, and it develops as well, doesn't it? It develops a bit too.
Keep the roots and their identities. I think this is important for the young generation.
What do you see for the future for the Chinese community? What's your aspirations?
Again, we look back what we did. We tried to break the isolation barrier. We tried to integrate the Chinese community with a wider community.
Okay.
But we're not reached to that point yet.
Okay.
We still have much to do because when there's an incident happened in March. The student, when I talk to their personal experience, they are very, very sad.
Oh, okay.
So I think especially when the peace life is okay, everything's underneath. But when some incident happened, for example, COVID-19, the Chinese community they suffered for all this racial harassment, all this, the students, they completed, I think, what can I say? They are very upset, the experience in UK. And then we couldn't even get justice done.
Okay.
So they are different. So the Chinese community really need to come together and work together to get their right, to get justice done. That's I can see, especially for recently, for this year, happening, the COVID-19. There's much to do.
Yeah, there is.
It's all in terms of understanding, isn't it? Understanding each other, cultural understanding.
Okay, I just wanted to say thank you so much for coming and sharing your experience with us and enlightening the audience about the Chinese culture. I found it really amazing and really entertaining. I think it's been really eye-opening.
Inspiring.
And inspiring, very inspiring. Janine, have you enjoyed yourself today?
I enjoyed.
Have you learned how to sing?
No, I don't have musical sense either. I can't hear the tunes. I remember my music lessons were absolutely... I couldn't. The teacher was playing the piano and said, like, what notes is this? And I was like, all sounds the same. But I do enjoy listening to music.
Yeah.
I do enjoy watching all the dances. I like dancing as well, so I do like this part. So I also like getting involved in stuff as well.
Yeah.
But
I think
it's very, very inspiring.
Yeah.
And I do like these old instruments,
Yeah, they're amazing.
And kind of hearing about the history and how you learned it. And it's very, very good. Yeah.
So thank you so much for watching, and we will see you again next week.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.